Well, this did far better than I expected it to, especially this soon. So it's obvious to do this again. So where's the top 20 at now? Honestly, a month or two ago, it was not looking good, like, at all. But now that we're actually here, this isn't that bad. Honestly, there's shit I hate, but that's just expected with these. Rules stand the same, 6 tiers, shit, bad, meh, decent, good, and great, 0 to 5 respectively, and this is my opinion, and also know that these opinions can change, because if I made the summer ranking now, well, for starters, it wouldn't have been over 40 minutes. Sorry about that. But also certain songs would be ranked differently. I plan on doing a ranking of the 2017 year-end list after it's out, so you can likely get a good view of everything all together then. But for now, let's get started with this shit. Fuck off. Look what you made me do. Taylor, stop. You're just embarrassing yourself at this point. Okay, before any stands come to kill me, and then they just go on and say, oh, this hit #1, and it charts the charts like a natural disaster. It's so good. Hashtag T-Swizzles for Lizzles. Chart success does not mean that a song is good. Plus, despite it breaking crazy records quickly, if anything, that's bad for a song's staying power. Like how Nicki's debut single No Fraud debuted at 14 and then plummeted like 70 spots the following week. Songs that build up hype will most times be stronger hits. Not saying all strong debuts fall off, I mean look at Shape of You. My point is, don't take record breaking as quality, because this song does not have that. Everything about this song pisses me off. Everything. Honestly, this is so obvious, especially if you follow me on Twitter when this one came out, but spoiler alert anyways, this is making my worst list. So during that video, I will literally go over every single thing in this song that I dislike. I don't want this video to end up being overly long like the last one, so I'll hold off on most things for now. Just know that I absolutely hate this shit. But hey, at least Ready For It has a catchy chorus. I know I'm gonna be with you, so I'll take. But even then, that all goes downhill like immediately. Are you ready for it? This album's gonna suck. I can't believe this is a top 10 hit. I tell all my hoes, rake it up. Like when these two got down in the DMs so close to the top 10 in 2016, I was flabbergasted that that shit got there. But at least it didn't crack the actual top 10. This, on the other hand, has. Tell all my hoes, rake it up. And I don't get it. It's obviously not Yo Gotti who that got this song here, because on this track it's just the same sort of gimmick over and over again. I have sex with strippers, I got a lot of cash, I'm the shit. So, okay, maybe it's Nicki Minaj. I mean, she had decent enough verses on Swallow and even Swish Swish, easily the best thing there. But those two didn't do as well. So, okay, what do you got, Nicki? Mixed with China, real thick vagina, smuggle bricks to China. Really? That. She rhymes China with China with China with China with vagina with China. This is top 10 material in 2017. Why? Nickname is Nicki, but my name ain't Nicole. Really? That's the bar you go out on? That's what's relevant to end on? And why does it even matter? Like, seriously, I don't even see a point in that bar. Actually, I don't see a point in any of this song. Yeah, this just kind of sucks because of everything, doesn't it? Seriously? You know I love it when the music's loud, but come on, strip that down for me. We let this crack the top 10 and top airplay. This. Swing that crown for me, baby. I mean, I know he was a member of One Direction, but that doesn't mean we have to play this song non-stop. In fact, that can't be it, because Harry and Lewis, and maybe Zayn, I have no idea, have never even topped airplay, so why did this? There has to be something I'm missing here. Let's actually look at the production. This sounds like the cheapest 2006 Justin Timberlake song I've ever heard. Except it is so insanely cheap, someone tried to present it to JT and he was all like, nah, fuck that shit, I can't bring sexy back with this shit. Okay, maybe it's in the lyrics then. Let's look at those. You know I used to be in one deep, I'm free. Haven't you prominently been the one saying One Direction isn't over for good? Like, I know the others have said it too, but I feel like I've seen your name in those headlines more than the other three. People want me for one thing, that's not me. Oh, I get it. You've always been the sweet boy band kid and now you want to be the sex machine or whatever. Okay, this production is not helping you, but you're ready to give things a chance. Alright. I'm not changing the way that I used to be. What? You literally said in the line before, everyone wants me to be this sweet guy, and you hate it. But then the next damn line you say, yeah, I'm that guy, oh yeah. Now strip for me. Strip that down for me, baby. Oh, and after Liam's done with that chorus, this happens. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What is this? Why is this here? Is this supposed to be the replacement for a Timbaland or a Pharrell ad-lib? Who thought this was a viable alternative? Who the fuck? Oh yeah, right, Quavo. Honestly, you can relate this feature to the one Kendrick Lamar gave on Don't Wanna Know by Maroon 5. It's super basic, literally any rapper could have easily done this verse, and it still would have been the exact same result. Seriously, this is 15 seconds. Forget what I said about congratulations. This is the definition of having a feature for the sake of having a feature. Everything about this song sucks, and we'd let it become a top 10 hit. Why? Why the hell is this a top 10 hit? Screw this!
8 M's in my bank account, yeah, in my bank account, yeah.
What upsets me the most about this song is that the week this song debuted, we also got countless tracks from Jay-Z's album 444. As of right now, none of those tracks are on the Hot 100, and this is in the top 20. I think I'm gonna hurl.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
21 Savage's delivery sounds like a child who's being forced to apologize and the kid is not having it and it's thrown over some boring trap beat. Jimmy, I am sorry that I kicked you. That was wrong of me. I could always go in depth on each lyric, but I just don't want to. It's just the generic brag rap shit from someone who has such a boring, lame delivery, and I don't want to have to talk about him again. But I know I'll have to, and it'll probably be the same old boring shit that doesn't even matter. Still,
I'm in love with the shape of you.
You have got to be kidding me. In the top 20 for this long? Hell, it even rebounded this week. It's not even like it's at 20 flat. Somehow this song has managed to get worse in the following months. God, there were way more songs in this tier than last time. What the hell's out of the top 20?
You get the bag and fumble it, I get the bag and flip it and tumble it.
Praying.
Young, dumb, and broke. Perfect.
What about us? Oh, na 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 na.
Well, that's a mixed bag.
Fill up your bag and I fill up the plate.
What? Does this place not have takeout boxes? I can't remember the last time I went out to eat and they didn't have any takeout boxes. Oh, wait, this is a buffet and that's more easy to steal from. Actually, fuck that. I'm sticking to my original thought process. That's more interesting. So in my Memories Do Not Open ranking, I mentioned how Last Day Alive gives me a headache every time I hear it. I get a migraine every time I think about this song. Oh my god, the synth! It's so obnoxious and it runs through the entire song, so there's just no avoiding it at all. And just because I see people yelling at me in advance, the remix with Beyonce is a better song. Beyonce's added vocals are a plus, and I appreciate doing this remix for charity. And honestly, I recommend you go out and you buy this version of the song. Despite if you like it or not, you can delete it off iTunes. The point is, you're donating money to hurricane victims. I respect this move a lot, although I do find it weird that her verse is in English and that it's not up front like with the Despacito remix. It feels super abrupt and it's kinda grating, but enough about the Beyonce remix. This song is big without her. Not top 5 big, but still big. Is that the Pitbull woo? Why are we ripping off Pitbull? We don't need to rip off Pitbull. He would have just been on this if you asked him. The translated lyrics aren't anything special, by the way. It's basically just another party song. Party, dancing at this party. We've heard this sort of thing a million times, but, you know, Spanish. The lyrics are really just whatever, but my god, the synth! This is so obnoxious. Why did they approve of this? Why couldn't they have just had a non-obnoxious synth be there? Ugh, whatever. Oof. This really is more grating each time. Yeah, nothing new to say here, besides this connection that I made like a week after uploading the summer ranking.
First things first.
Something to really.
Why the hell can I link this band to Iggy Azalea?
I'm way too good at goodbye. I'm way too good.
Why does every Sam Smith song have to be like the dullest thing imaginable? Honestly, every song he's released as lead just bores the hell out of me. I can't remember hearing anyone say they dislike his music. Well, hello, I'm gonna be doing that. I know he's trying to say that he's good at goodbyes because he's done it a lot, but that's not the way I'm interpreting this. To me, it really comes across as him being sort of cocky about it. It's really the I'm way too good thing that gives me that impression. That's a lot of the problem with Sam Smith's music as a whole. He's saying one thing, but I'm just not buying it. Oh, and am I the only one annoyed by how frequently he changes how high and low he's singing? Like, seriously, that pisses me off to no end. Pick your tone and stay in it. Demi Lovato is unfortunately one of those artists who has never released a song that I have any strong emotion about. Same thing here, I just don't give a shit. A lot of people are saying this is a poor knockoff of Chance's No Problems from last year, and yeah, Chance did this better, no shit. Okay, I might miss the mark on this because I didn't hear this one until Monday when I found out I had to talk about this. I also didn't think I'd have to talk about a full-blown charity single, so bear with me. I don't know how to feel about this one, I'm just gonna be completely honest. These things are just meant to be bought in order to donate to the charity it was released for. In this case, it's for the disaster that Hurricane Maria caused in Puerto Rico. And you can tell because like 70% of this song consists of all the artists, including Luis Fonsi, Camila Cabello, Mark Anthony, Jennifer Lopez, and so on, belting out Puerto Rico over and over again. Besides Lin-Manuel Miranda's spoken words, the rest of the song is in Spanish, and I could not for the life of me find a translation, but I can kind of assume what's being said. Listen, the point of this is to draw attention to the crisis, and to some extent it did work. I mean, it broke into the top 20. This will probably end up being gone next week, if not really, really low, but whatever. If you can, I'd honestly recommend donating money to help those affected by Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. I'll try to leave links in the description to donate, and you can also buy the song if you choose to. Am I the only one who kind of likes this one? I mean, I'm not that surprised a lot of people hate it. It's a weird song, but I don't really mind it. I mean, it's not great. The lyrics are really generic. And for a song called Thunder, it does feel a bit weaker than it should be. Especially from Imagine Dragons. It's a really catchy little pop song that makes for really good background noise, or the music you'd hear in a car commercial, or... Wait, why do I kind of like this one? Catchy, maybe? I don't know. I don't think about it that much. It's filler. Successful filler, but filler.
Baby, there's nothing holding me back.
This is still pretty good. I just wish I had the urge to listen to it. Like, at all. Even if this is Mendez's best song, something in it just doesn't click for me to go out of my way to listen to it. Which is a shame, really. Yeah, this fell from grace. The production on this song is still great, but the lyrics really caught up to me. After watching the Rap Critic review this, I found out about why the song was supposed to be called Unforgettable, and it does not line up with any of the lyrics anywhere whatsoever. I'm not going to explain it in case you like this and don't know what I'm referring to, but you can watch that video from the Rap Critic if you're curious. I'll link it in the description.
You just want attention.
Okay, maybe I was a little unfair on this song. I mean, it's not like I bashed it or anything, but I really should have put this in the good tier. Pooh's really bad falsetto in the chorus doesn't weigh the song's quality down that much, and this song's groove honestly makes up for a good amount of that, so yeah, this is a good song. I will say that his new song, How Long, sucks ass. It is better than basically everything off of 9-Track Mind by a mile, but I still hate it. Let's not make that a hit.
Bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to.
Well, this is interesting, a solo female rapper with a #1 single. Haven't seen that in my lifetime, and I'm just thankful that it's not total dog shit. It's a standard trap beat with a flow inspired by Code. No, fucking really? We have people inspired by this guy now, and they're charting? Really? Actually, nah, this is fine. It's like how I felt when Designer went to #1 with Panda before Future could ever get up there. I'd way rather Cardi B get to #1 before Kodak Black could. Let's please not let Kodak or Future ever get to #1 for the love of God, please. But a lot of the reason this got big, besides the vibe or whatever, was the lyrics are empowering to a lot of women. And I don't think the execution is bad there, so yeah, I'm fine with this. It's mainly in this tier because it is a Kodak flow, so it can only really be so good, but she honestly really makes the best out of it. I don't mind this at all. So every year we tend to get an indie alternative hit on the Hot 100. Here's this year's. Now this is cool, but I don't feel comfortable putting it in the great tier since that is best list territory, and there are some things that are just sort of weird about the song to me. Some of those things are like how the song is under 3 minutes, and how the first 2 verses are both 4 lines apiece. It just quickly goes from verse to chorus to verse back to chorus. Now that can be beneficial since this song's chorus is very catchy. It's fine that it doesn't take long to get to it from the verses. I also don't feel comfortable calling 4 lines verses, but that's what they are. I guess the song has to do with the singer's daughter, but honestly, even with Genius annotations, I don't really get it. Which, speaking of those, the guitarist annotation for this line says, and I quote, fighting a war for peace is like fucking for virginity. He says that word for word. Overall, it's a weirder song, but I'm fine with it. The tight guitar with light saxophone just makes this so enjoyable. Let's see if overplay kills it, since songs like this easily cling to the radio. Finally, a post-it won't be soon before a long single that's actually good. I have a confession to make. I don't hate Adam Levine's voice at all. There have been some songs where he really can't pull off the key he's going for, but overall I'm very indifferent on all the songs after their second album. But that being said, this is easily one of the best songs Maroon 5 has released since that second album. James Valentine delivers an awesome guitar groove that anchors the majority of the song, and Adam Levine and SZA have good chemistry together. After Don't Wanna Know and Cold, I was very nervous about where Maroon 5 was going with this album, but after seeing those two were cut from the standard edition altogether, and this was set as the new lead-off single, I started to feel better about it. Obviously it won't be as good as those first two albums. I'm really feeling good about it if this is the direction they're going. This is the album cover, and this was the promo single you chose? Hell, you chose to release this at all? Holy shit, this is not going to end well. The term pulling a 180 is going from liking something to hating it and vice versa. But with this song, I went from kinda liking it to full on loving it. So I pulled a 90 degrees. Yeah, that doesn't have the same ring to it. Yeah, I just stopped caring about the whole lyric thing. I was told certain things translate differently in Spanish than English, so these lyrics don't sound as weird and sometimes off-putting in Spanish as they do in English. I don't know how true this is, but I don't really care anymore. I love this. I'm happy this tied the record for weeks at #1. Hell, I wish it got the record. Great song of the summer. It wasn't mine, but I'll get to that on the best list. I've seen many people online who absolutely hate this song. And I can get why. It's not a perfect song by any means, but honestly, out of every song we've gotten this year, this is one of those songs where I remember seeing it chart and just hoping it would do well. I didn't think it would. I was hoping it would be able to just scrap onto the year-end list at like maybe 100, but seeing it in the top 5 just makes me really, really happy.
I've been on a low, I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind.
Without further ado, let's talk about the elephantitis in the body. This song is about suicide. It's a very tricky subject to talk about. I would know. I was suicidal. It's not a part of my life that I like to look back on, but thankfully, following certain major events in my life, I haven't attempted anything to harm myself in any way in years. So with that being said, maybe I have bias in liking this song, but if a song can break me on first listen, it does deserve at least a little bit of praise from me. Especially since getting me into a deep emotional state like that is not easy, but just because a song has a good message doesn't mean the song is good, so let's actually look at the song itself. The song uses violins and a piano at its core to really push the emotion the performers are putting out. The song's chorus doesn't stay the same throughout the whole song, starting from a suicidal person's perspective saying he wants to die, then going to the phone operator saying that they want that person to be alive, finally going back to the original person who now wants to live. Now, I've seen people have problems with this dynamic, mainly that one phone call probably can't automatically make someone stop these feelings, and another argument that I've seen is that this song is too simple, or that it doesn't invoke that true low that is suicidal thoughts. And yes, those are valid arguments. I don't necessarily disagree there, but those things all being said, that's not what this song's purpose is. Yeah, it is kind of generic, and for whatever reason, it does use those closer chords. But this song is supposed to be more basic than intense. I know this is a weird concept, but this is meant to be a mainstream anti-suicide song. I know those two things don't necessarily fit together, but this is probably the best way that they could have come to fruition. Not to say I don't have nitpicks with this song, because why the hell...
Who can relate?
Who the hell greenlit that one? It'd be one thing to do it in concerts or live performances, but to actually put that in the studio version of the song... Oh, and I have to point this one out, don't I?
Who can relate?
I need to stop being able to link that. But although it's a dumb move to put that in, it doesn't ruin the song's sentiment for me entirely. Also, this is super nitpick, but I think for fluency's sake, Alessia Cara should have done the entirety of the second verse as well as the second chorus. She's supposed to be the role of the phone operator, with Logic being the one calling, but Logic sings the tail end of the second verse as well as the I Want You to Be Alive chorus. For story's sake, it would have been better if Alessia had done the entirety of that. But besides those little nitpicks, I'm so happy this is here. Logic and Alessia both portray the characters fine enough, and it's definitely not unbearably bad like many people are saying it is. But the major thing that got to me the most, what solidified this being in the great tier, Khalid's outro.
Pain don't hurt the same, I know.
Khalid portrays that feeling of bliss so well. He definitely has the strongest part here. I feel that outro to the core of my own heart. Watching the song grow and knowing the song has helped the hotline it's named after go up significantly in calls just makes me so glad that the song has gotten so big. I still can't believe it became such a big hit, but man, am I happy it did. And if any of you are watching this video and are struggling with suicidal thoughts, again, I've been there, and I promise you things will get better. I didn't think they would, but they really have. I recommend communicating with someone because talking can really help. I've listed different phone numbers and their respective regions on screen and in the description, and if you or someone you care about is struggling, just give calling a shot. I recommend it. How the hell did this happen?
I've been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Like, seriously, how is this so good? I don't like trap that much, if at all. I've heard a lot of it this year, and I've come up neutral at best on most of it. But one listen, and I knew this was great. 5 listens in, and I actually decided to buy the song because I liked it so much. Now I'm probably 200 listens in, and this is definitely the best thing either of them have put out by a record margin. Well, okay, that margin for 21 Savage is way bigger than it is for Post Malone. Calling back to what I said in the intro, I was very wrong about Congratulations. I will admit to that fully. That song should have been in the good tier. I was just very reluctant to like it at that point, and after a few months, it finally clicked with me. But that is not the case here. This clicked immediately.
When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta.
The song's production is trap perfection. Post Malone, and to my surprise 21 Savage especially, works so well off of this moody trap beat. The craziest thing about all of this is that I think I like 21 Savage's verse the most. I know what I said about him during the bank account segment, but on this song 21 Savage owns that beat, and it makes him sound like a badass. It literally overshadows his lack of emotion.
Living like a rock star, smash out on a cop car, sweeter than a Pop-Tart. You know you are not hard.
21 Savage really sounds great over this production. I feel like 21 Savage could literally say anything over this with his flow and it'd probably sound awesome. But that's another great part about this. Neither of them say anything that makes me want to rip my ears off. They both saying typical brag rap stuff, yeah, but this is the kind of topic where brag rap fits.
I've been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star.
There's a reason this song debuted higher than either's original Hot 100 peaks. Also, Post Malone delivers what is easily his best vocal performance he's ever given. However, he could enunciate a little better.
There's cocaine on the table, liquor porn, don't give a damn, dude, your girlfriend is a groupie.
I'm sorry, I will never be able to not hear that. I can loosely understand how some people don't like this since Malone and Savage are both calling themselves rock stars, and yes, on paper that is disgusting. But rock isn't the biggest genre of music anymore. Rap is. But there are surely better artists that fit that image of rock star in the rap scene before these two do. Jay-Z, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Vanilla Ice, the list really goes on and on. But these two carry that title surprisingly well on this song, which is impressive since they don't even sound as alive as the term suggests they should be. But every time I listen to this song, I feel like a rock star, especially the beat dropping out to give certain lines more emphasis.
I've been in the hills, fucking superstars, feeling like a pop star.
Every time I hear that chorus, I just feel awesome. Overall, this song rules. For the love of everything, both of you should keep doing this, because this is easily the best work from either of them, and the debut chart position should speak for that. Man, with this and Congratulations, maybe I was wrong about Post Malone.
Tell me to quit, don't listen what I'm told. The motherfuckers just talking, drop your panties, leave them shits at the door. Never let the money change me. Lambo doors or the woo up drop. Watch out, oh watch out, oh watch out, yeah. Ooh, my friend.
Okay, never mind, it's just those two. Noted. Once we add up all of the points from each tier, we end up with a 50 out of 100. So, about average. That's not bad. Even if I disagree with a chunk of my original summer ranking now, I'd still say that that was better than it is now. But still, this could have been much, much worse. Well, next time I'll be doing the worst list. But which year exactly? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to see a video just like this, there's a link in the end card. And if you would like to see a series currently going on Let's Talk Gaming, there's a playlist for that right there. I'm also very, very active on Twitter, so if you could go over there and give me a follow, I would honestly really, really appreciate it. I'm usually talking about music stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.